Scientists were just about to secure the device onto the shark's head. In the next second, the suddenly awakened shark startled everyone.
Bad dreams?
After confirming it was safe, Susan continued attaching the triangulation tracker to the shark's head. She then pulled out a syringe and precisely inserted it into the shark's brain. She began extracting the protein fluid from its brain. Susan then dripped the extracted protein fluid onto a human brain affected by Alzheimer's disease. She hoped this would reactivate the damaged brain cells. In less than 7 seconds, the damaged brain cells started becoming active. This result excited everyone, because it meant that Alzheimer's patients finally had hope. But just as they were celebrating, the shark suddenly woke up. It bit off the arm of a man nearby. Carl immediately smashed the glass and grabbed a weapon to shoot the shark. But Susan hit the deck release switch. She let the shark go back into the water for the sake of the experiment. Carl had no time to complain and urgently called for medical personnel. The rescue team received the message and came by helicopter. A violent storm was raging outside. The helicopter lowered a cable to rescue the injured man, but the cable got stuck. The man fell down. The shark dragged the aircraft, moving it around. The helicopter crashed into the tower. Violent explosions began inside the base. While everyone was panicking, something even more terrifying happened. The shark grabbed the injured man and charged rapidly toward them. The shark hurled the victim against the laboratory glass. Then it turned and swam away. Cracks in the lab's glass rapidly spread. Seawater began flooding in. Everyone frantically fled to other rooms. They slammed the metal doors shut to stop the water from rushing in, trying to buy enough time to escape. John was furious seeing this scene and demanded to know what Susan had done to the sharks. Susan finally told the truth. She had injected the experimental sharks with enhancement drugs to extract enough brain protein from them. But this also made the sharks bloodthirsty and vicious. Now their only way out was to go to the first floor of the lab and leave by submarine. Then Carl and the others headed down to the first floor. They discovered the submarine had already been destroyed by the sharks. While they were still discussing escape routes, a shark directly dragged one person into the water. The water route was no longer an option. They decided to escape through the maintenance ladder. They realized their current position was only dozens of meters from the surface, but there was a flooded level in between. Now they could only dive into the machine room to start the pump and drain the water. After Jack and Carl took action, Susan still couldn't let go of her research data. She ignored Alan's advice and decided to go back for the files. Jack successfully activated the drainage system on his end. Just then a shark suddenly appeared from behind. Cole watched his companion get eaten by the shark. He fled in panic. Susan successfully retrieved her data. Susan and Carl then successfully regrouped. They reached an escape pod that hadn't been submerged yet. The exit was now just a few meters from the water's surface. They had to ride the incoming water flow to the surface. But to ensure success, Carl tied life jackets to 3 oxygen tanks. This contraption could confuse the shark's vision. During their escape to the surface, the bubbling oxygen tanks indeed bought the 3 of them enough time. The 3 successfully swam to the surface.